sales, guys, and just total income. Give it up for Stephen Sharon.
Let's go.
Hopefully he sees this and appreciates our promotion with him. All right. So with that being said, now we got to get into the big dog. The big dog, right? We're talking about Lamisha P. Anderson. You definitely got to remember to say the P. Why? Because she's kicking ass and taking names. Someone that stepped up last week that was able to help us on the residential side and on the B2B side, right? And she is definitely reaping the benefits now. So give it up for her for $2,530.50 in the course of one working week, guys. Give it
Queen.
up. Amazing job. Amazing job. Now, listen, if we can, I just want to take some time. Misha, you take your phone off mute, right? And talk to these guys a little bit about the determination and the drive that you have and what drives you.
Well, besides the money, what drives me is just my goals, pretty much, you know. Like what DJ Khaled says, I just keep that in mind, just keep going, keep going. It might seem like when I'm posting in the chat, like it's easy to just keep posting sales, but I wake up at 6 in the morning and I'm by my computer by 9 and I don't get up until I make at least 600 for the day. That's my daily goal. So I do my numbers, I calculate how much this is worth, how much this is worth, and I don't get up until, sometime I will work up until 7 p.m. From 9 until 7, I have my water, my snacks, everything at the desk, and I really don't get up. And I go through the same thing as when I was in the field. I'll be making calls. Why you call my phone? Don't call me. So I get the same thing everyone's getting. It's just that I go above and beyond. It's like I need 600 or more per day.
Powerful, powerful. Usually when I see someone so motivated, so dedicated, right, I think about what their bigger reason why is. Can you share with us one of your major goals, right? I know obviously you got a money goal set, but what's a bigger goal and the bigger vision? Who are you? Who are you becoming? What are we watching right now? Because you're just explosive to watch.
Well, you know, obviously I'm a mother, so I always have to attain higher because I'm not just feeding for myself, I'm feeding for my children as well. So I have to think about the future, like what I'm going to leave for them. So maybe it's legacy, but right now I am money driven. And when I get the amount of money that I want, then I could be able to allocate it into like investments or whatever. But right now I'm just money focused.
All right, guys, give it up for Lamisha P. Anderson. Great job. All right, those doing it shouldn't, I mean, those, when you see somebody actually making something happen, I would hope that you feel encouraged. I would hope you feel excited, inspired even, right? Because again, that's where it all starts, with inspiration, so that you guys can go on to make your dreams and goals happen. So let's get into it, right? Again, to this week here, right? And one of the things I definitely want to announce to you guys is that we're extending the more energy, the more sales bonus. What that bonus is that that's a first sale bonus, right? Like yesterday, Mandy was able to earn that bonus, right? So let's give it up for Mandy yesterday, who made a sale before 12 o'clock. Now, what I'm trying to say here is that you don't have to wait to start your day. Right now, obviously, our schedule is from 2 to 9 p.m. Why? Because those are the prime time hours of the door-to-door world. But you don't have to wait. If you want to get out early and go kick some ass, absolutely. You guys know my theory, the uphill and the downhill theory. When you're on that uphill, you want to be collecting bags. You want to be collecting your tokens. You want to be collecting your sales. Why? Because it's going to make for a much easier and a much lighter letdown when you're coming down that side of the mountain, right? Or they're coming down that side of the hill. That's the up and the down theory. All right. So with that being said, guys, give it up for that. We're definitely extending that bonus all month long. So you're not only the first sale, but top sales agent, as long as you make at least 3 sales. And then of course, any sales, the sale that's after the latest sale, the last sale of the day, but it has to be after 8:30. Okay. I don't want to confuse anybody. So let me know if you got any questions on that. But those 3 bonuses have been extended all month long. So good job there. The last thing I want to talk to you guys a little bit about is something that's definitely I learned over the course of the weekend. I was able to go down to Miami and train with other business owners. It was hosted by a gentleman that owns a $400 million company now at this point. Again, if you want to scale, if you want to take your $1 million company to a $10 million company, then you got to learn from the people who are actually doing it and making it happen. And that's what I was able to do this last weekend here, man. And, it just made me think about something. It taught me a lot. But one of the things that I can't get out of my mind and out of my head is the fact that inside of America, and there was people from all walks of life, guys. You had people from Russia there. You had people from Pakistan, man, that was there. You had refugees that was there. You had you just had a lot of people that just wasn't from America, right? And I'm already a big fan of immigrants, but I got a chance to speak with people. I got a chance to do case studies with them. I got a chance to share a drink with them, speak with them over dinner, right? And just be able to talk with them about a lot of the problems that they're having. And they're all the same problems inside of business, right? They got the same problems that you got, no matter if they're running a $2 million business and you're running a business that you're trying to get off the ground and you're trying to get it to 30,000, you're trying to get your business to 100,000. It's the same problem, right? Dealing with actually learning the product knowledge, making sure that their sales department is running well. But of course, you guys may be just a company of one right now, but I want you guys to start thinking in terms of scale. And in order to do that, one of the things that I had to realize and what this weekend has taught me is that there's truly two ways to actually earn income inside of America right now. And everybody inside of my case study group felt the same way about this as well. And I'm gonna share with you guys those two ways. One is to actually own a business. Now, that's something that we don't think of much. Why? Because we go our whole life consistently trying to get a good job, right? That is always been the promotion that we've always promoted to one another. But there is another way, and it's to actually start a business. Now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, if you've ever read that book, that will enlighten you and show you that he already debunked the myth that that you have to go to school to get a good job to actually obtain wealth. That's not the way, though, I can see. I mean, that I've seen, right? I dropped out of college myself now. Building a business is just so unique in value. Why? Because you can actually start to control maintenance. You can actually start to manufacture more for others. And as you help others, it's going to be amazing, right? So, but that's value, right? When you're doing something like that, you're building a business that has value. It won't just have value for yourself at that time. It's going to have value for others at that time. And that's what truly makes an amazing company. But the second way is to actually become a salesman. Yeah, absolutely. To become a salesman and sell a product for profit, right? And when I realized this, it hit me like a hard ton of bricks, man, that this is exactly why. I've always felt empowered. I've always felt like my opportunity has been unlimited. It's what wakes me up, puts me to sleep at night. Why? Because I've always known that I can go make money. I've never had to struggle the way that other people have. Now, even when I was struggling, it was because I didn't want to do the work. And I had to tell myself that. And so I would constantly be reminding myself, no, I got to do the work. So, I would always think of myself as a workaholic. Why? Because when something would happen to me, I would just dive right back into work. And when I did that, it made me feel better. Why? Because it was a way that I was able to generate. And again, money's not everything. It's actually nothing, but it is a tool. It is something that is a good sign of freedom. It is a way that you can actually start to breathe a little bit easier, right? Now, some people, they're only going to make money and they're still not going to have the freedom, even though that they're making the money. And that's horrible for me, right? But for most people and for people on this call here, we make the money and that gives us the freedom, right? So that this way we can go on to empower others, right? So I wanted to share that with you guys because, on this side of things, right, where we are and where you guys are right now as independent contractors, you're in an amazing position to actually build wealth, but you got to want to do the work as well. You got to get committed to the work. You really got to stand up and start to say to yourself, I'm not going to make any more excuses. I don't have any more excuses to make. Why? Because I'm young, I'm healthy, I can support myself, I can support others, right? And if I really want to make a difference and make a change in this world, then I need to stop making the excuses. So those two ways of building wealth are here today within this company right now. So you actually have the opportunity. And what better opportunity than piggybacking on Verizon? Verizon has built a product that stands far above the competition, right? And we just got to learn actually how to sell it, right? To different people, all walks of life, not just people that look like us, but people that don't look like us, not just people from our circumstances, but people that are not from our circumstances. And that's exactly what we want to start building now at this point. I wanted this company. The reason why I built this company is because I believe in door-to-door sales, and a sales office saved my life. You guys have heard me say that many, many times. You guys know I'm fired up and energetic about what it is that I do, but also because I'm a fan of leadership. I'm just a big fan of leadership. For me, nothing means more than a leader, to be totally honest with you. I don't necessarily care about who the president is. I don't necessarily care about, who's president of whatever such company. I'm going to ask you, are they a leader? I'm going to ask you, is that's the type of person that you can look up to and admire, right? And as I start to study other leaders, I start to understand that I need to get more and more wiser about leadership and start to be able to create more, because I want to be able to create more leaders inside of this door-to-door world, right? That I love and it's given me so much, right? So with that being said, we're going to be back inside of the office as of Monday. Matter of fact, we're going to start on Saturday morning, right? We're going to be back inside the office as of Saturday morning, where we'll be conducting daily workshops, right? And I'll get you guys out a schedule for that. I want these workshops to be driven where you actually learn while you earn here. You guys have heard me say that before, but it's been a little bit all over the place. Obviously, we just went through COVID. COVID, it was something that devastated us all, devastated the world. It's nothing that we need to harp on right now. It's all in the recovery now, to be totally honest with you. And in order for us to recover, it's time for us to get back to the basics and train together. When we train together, we grow together. We're going to build wealth together. We're going to be able to high five each other together. We're going to be able to go over the successes and failures, right? I like talking about the good stuff, but I'm going to be honest with you. Talking about the good stuff doesn't get us where we're going. We got to talk about the bad stuff, because the bad stuff energizes us. The bad stuff pushes us. The bad stuff alerts us and lets us know the things that we can't do, right? Like, I'm a parent myself, right? And I got a 13-year-old daughter. I love talking to her about good stuff. But you know what? I realized that it's the bad stuff that I talk about with her that really helps her the most. Meaning I need to let her know, like, hey, it's good to be able to talk about, yeah, baby, let's go out, let's go have some fun. Great. I want you to buy this nice dress so you can go to your prom. But who would I be if I didn't talk to her about, hey, what happens at prom? Hey, baby, most people on prom, they get they date, they date may want to, they might want to hang out with them, right? You might even want to have sex on this date, right? And so if I didn't talk about the bad stuff with her so that she fully understands, like, hey, where this whole night can go. Meaning, I'm about to dress. I'm talking about, where we going and what the DJ playing, and she telling me she had a nice time, right? But I also want her to know the downside and the effects of what can happen on these type of nights, so that she can make a great decision, right? So that she has options to make these options, and not just, not growing and not understanding, the full ramifications of everything that she does. I hope that makes sense, right? Because I try to bring it home to you. But these are the things that really make us great. Talking about some of the bad things, that's definitely going to make us better. All right. With that being said, guys, that does it for our call this week here. I want to make sure I leave you guys fired up, leave you guys motivated. I definitely want to make sure that I reiterate that as of Saturday, we're back inside of the sales office. I'll be having one-on-one conversations with you all, because we got some new people that'll be joining us as well. We've been doing an excellent job recruiting. Charlene has been killing it, right? Making sure that she gets with these guys online, staying visible, staying in good contact with them. We get them in on a virtual call. Once I get them on a virtual call and I think that they may be a good fit, get them out to the field for a day of observation. On these days of observation, I try to learn as much as I possibly can about who these applicants are. I don't like to invite anybody into our space that don't really fit our culture. To be totally honest with you, I don't care about, an amazing sales agent right now. I care about someone that's going to fit the culture, right? To be totally honest with you, right? And you guys have been doing a good job just understanding exactly what the culture here is, right? Understanding that we do have a growth mindset inside of our culture. We do like to provide value. We do like to make sure that you are earning money. So we are money motivated, right? But the overall goal is to learn while you earn. And thank you, like Dion, I got to shout you out, right? You just recruited somebody I think is going to be good inside the business. Gentleman is 56 years old. He's dedicated, right? He's already went through some obstacles. I've seen how he processes issues already. And Felix has already been a stand-up gentleman in my eyes, right? And I'm just really impressed with who he is and how thorough he is. And again, an immigrant, he came here to this country, and someone that I could see like deserves it all. And he is already blessed. So with that being said, thank you, Dion, for your dedication and just actually bringing somebody into the business. I know sometimes it gets hard, guys. I know how tough it is. I know it's tough to recruit. I know you feel like giving up and not recruiting sometimes, but that's when you know that you got to keep going. I mean, I can tell you this right here. Being a leader is very tough, right? Especially when you're trying to breed other leaders. Sometimes I think to myself, like, man, I don't want to babysit. I don't want to give that person a call. I don't want to say this to this person. I don't want to do that. But who would I be? I wouldn't be a leader myself if I didn't have these difficult conversations with you that sometimes, I just do not want to have. but I think that it's very important for you to have. And I always equate it back to my father, right? Because I was raised by, up until a certain point in my life when my mother felt like she couldn't handle it anymore, she sent me to live with my father. And I resented it at first, right? But then I got a chance to grow up underneath my father. And one of the things that my father did was he made it very difficult. It was very difficult growing up with him. Why? Because it was just a time in my life when, I didn't want to be told what to do. I thought I knew everything, but, every day I learned something new being around him. And he was tough on me, and he was tough on me for a reason, right? Because he was building me into something. And now at this point in my life, I realized that he always had a vision for me, right? He couldn't articulate it. He couldn't say to me, Q, I got a vision for you. I want you to be a great guy. I want you to be a stand-up gentleman. I want you to lead others. I don't want you to be a follower. These are things that he couldn't articulate to me, but these are the things that he was instilling in me because he knew that it's somewhere within him, he knew where he wanted me to go. And now I think that way for I think that way for my daughters at this point. I know exactly where I want them to go. So I'm already starting to have the conversations around it. And whether it's a difficult conversation or not, I know that I need to have it because I know exactly where I want them to go. And it's the same way with this company. I have the conversations with you guys because I know exactly where I want you to go. And if I know exactly where I want you to go, then that's going to make you much better. So I get it already, right? If it's tough, yeah, you might want to run away sometimes, right? But I promise you, for those that actually say, you know what, he has a vision, he is going somewhere, I'm already starting to see the effects of that. I feel this energy here, right? Watch what happens at this point. So I'm super excited about all you guys. I'm super excited for you and with you at this point because I can't wait to see what the next level looks like for